Each harvest season brings with it a palpable excitement for possibility. As growers finally pick the fruits and vegetables they have tended to for months, a new crop begins to take shape and flavor. Traditionally, olives across the Mediterranean have been carefully selected by hand, with growers returning to a tree multiple times over the course of several weeks to ensure that each olive is picked only when perfectly ripe. Each olive cures at a different rate on the tree due to their amount of sun exposure. It is this kind of precision and attention to detail that makes a Divina olive second to none. Olives remain on the trees for 4 to 5 months. A little-known fact about olives is that they all start out green. Over time, as they ripen, they turn blonde, brown, purple, and eventually black. We like to think of olives as seasonal produce. Each varietal has an ideal season for growing, harvesting, curing, and consuming. Technology has given way to mechanical farming and harvesting. For certain finished products like olive oil, saving time and harvesting the olives all at once won't sacrifice quality. But for table olives, like Sophia's Mount Athos green olives, whenever possible, and that's most of the time, we still harvest by hand. After harvest comes the curing, the process that draws out the unique flavor profile of each varietal. It is said that the true craft of olive production is in the curing. Just picked olives from the tree are inedible, bitter, and medicinal. It's the curing process that draws out the inherent flavor profile of an olive. And while it's true that you can't process your way out of bad raw material, the art of curing may be of equal importance. We take great care to maintain traceability through the curing process. Early in the morning, as most of us are asleep, the factory is receiving their daily shipment of just harvested olives from the groves. Deliveries are scheduled so that the factory can track locations and farms of each shipment before the olives begin curing. This is a first and important step to maintain traceability. The olives are loaded into conveyor belts and fed into their home for the next few months, the curing tanks. It's here where they will develop their flavor and become true table olives. During their time in the tanks, the olives will be manually rotated on a regular basis to ensure every section of the tank cures at the same time. The olives will also be tasted so that we don't overcure. Overcuring can mute the flavor of the fruit, darken the color, and soften the texture. From the curing tanks, the olives are ready for production. Their first step is the electronic caliber sorter. Our sorter divides the olives into as many as 12 caliber sizes. Depending on the final product being produced, we use smaller or larger olives. Stuffed olives are usually reserved for larger calibers because they're easier to stuff. Smaller olives might end up in mixes or tapenades. The olives then go through any number of additional processing and food safety steps. Hand mixing and hand sorting not only creates a perfect blend of olives for products like our Greek olive mix, but it's a safety and quality check that ensures a skilled technician has seen the product. Further safety checks, such as X-ray pit detection, take place as well. Olives are pitted, marinated, stuffed, packaged, and labeled. Some in bulk bags or kegs, others in prepackaged deli cups, and some in glass jars. The process is a true marriage of traditional manual methods and innovative technology. Finally, when the pallets are packed, they are loaded onto containers where they spend the next 4 to 5 weeks on their journey to America. Eventually, after months of growing, months of curing, production, packaging, and shipping, they make their way into the hands of our customers and onto your tables.